Alright everybody, here we go. My very first ukulele stringing challenge and instructional video here on whitchermath. In STEM class we're in the final stages of building a working, beautiful ukulele. Okay, so I'm going to start video number 1 here with getting the strings attached to the bridge. Then we'll continue with a second video on how to get them winding the correct way around the tuning machines. Then we'll do a third video of how to tune so we can actually play something that sounds halfway decent. So here we go. Important to know, even though they're upside down on screen right now, don't worry, I'll fix that. This is the bridge, this is the saddle. The strings get pulled through the holes in the bridge. They come up over the saddle and go down the neck to the tuning machines on the headstock. Okay, starting with farthest away from you, imagine this, we're sitting on your lap and you're kind of looking at it like that. Starting from the floor, the strings are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting from the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then also, just like the first letter of the alphabet, they also start with A. So we have A1. And then they go in a seemingly maybe random order to you. I don't know. Maybe it makes perfect sense. But this is the order they get tuned in. First string is A, second is E, third is C, 4 is G. And without further ado, here we go. See, I fixed it. They're not upside down anymore. Okay, just like I have off camera over here, might be able to tip it and see. I have the strings laid out and labeled, which for me is just so I can get the video done in the right order. Maybe it's a good idea for you when you're stringing them, because they're plastic and springy and hard to keep track of. So this is the skinniest string, the thin one, and there's a hole right here, and we're just going to feed it through there. See that? Okay, went through the hole in the bridge, and I'm going to say we're going to pull enough string through there. I don't know, let's look at my fingers. It's about half a finger, or up to my second knuckle here, maybe 1.5 inches or so. Pull the string through, fold it back on itself, so it's kind of this U shape. It's shaped like U. Then the short part is on the top. We're going to go under, grab it, and kind of pull it tight, so it creates almost a crease in the string there. See that? So starting from the top, I came under, got this kind of backward 7, pull it up to where it's going off to the side. Now here's the tricky part. This is going to go back up, and we're going to tuck it under. Boom. And then hang on to it, pull it through, and then we have this kind of little knot there. You might want to maybe zoom in on that or pause that and look at that. Then I'm going to do that a second time. This is where it's hard for old man fingers like mine. But there, I got it a second time. I'm going to pull it through a second time. And when I do this, I can kind of push that down there, pull this pretty tight off in that direction, pull it that way, and we can see the finished product. I've got a string pulled tight over the bridge. That's the first string A, and I've got a little bit left over hanging out here. Okay, and that's just going to find itself kind of jammed under there. Okay, let's come in a little closer, take a look at that. I know it's blurry once I get closer, sorry. Okay, so there's the A string. I'm just going to tuck this out of the way, off camera, up here at the headstock. Just kind of pulling that out of the way. Now I'm going to repeat this. The first one, I don't know if the first one's the toughest, but that was tough. It's early in the morning. Here's the second string, so that's going to go here. Repeat the process. I'm going to feed it through the hole in the excuse me, whew, so dramatic. I'm feeding it through the hole in the bridge, right. Got to make sure I get it under this other string. See how the strings kind of cross right there? So with each new string you put on, it's going to go under the existing string that you just tied before that. And so when you tie the new string, it helps to hold the first string in place. And since I had a little trouble with that first one, I'm going to give myself a little more room here and get my scissors out, because any extra, it's okay to have extra. It's kind of like a haircut. I can still cut it off later. But if it's not long enough, gotta wait for it to grow back, right? And in the case of these strings, they do not grow back. Okay, so same process. I pull the string through. Sorry, I have a couple inches this time. Fold it so I have this kind of U shape. This part I pulled through is up. I'm going to go behind, and wrap it down, creating that reverse 7, right? But then bring it all the way up. Pull it tight, create that kind of fold there. How many times do we go over and behind and under? Right, 2 times. So here's the first time. And, oh, this is much easier the second time, since I have more extra string. So I got my 2 wraps in there, and my second string is attached. I'm pulling pretty hard in this direction, as you can see by my wrinkly, discolored fingers. But I'm pulling pretty hard. I'm going to put a thumb on the saddle here. I'm going to put the string up here, get it out of the way, because that'll be the second video, is tuning them. Get that out of the way. Brief timeout, but we're still running. Still running. Pulling these 2 strings tied up here for the next video. Nice. Okay, should we keep going? Of course we should. I'm going to do the 3rd string now, which is the 3rd one from the floor. It's the C string, 3rd letter of the alphabet. Through the bridge. There's the previous string. Under the previous string. Gonna give myself about that much extra this time, because that worked really good on the second string. Boom! Couple inches there to work with. easier to handle. Fold it. Come under. Pull it tight. Get that crease there. Reverse 7. Pull it tight from the 7. Pull it tight means up. We're going to go over, behind, and down. Pull it through. And I'm going to do that one more time because that helps hold that previous string in place. Come on. Come on, old fingers. Urgh. Got it. Your fingers, trust me, will work much better than this. Once it's through, you can pull it tight. And there. Okay. Yeah, they're all flopping around, I know. We're getting set for the next video, so I'm putting them up here through the tuning machines. You probably stopped watching by now, so I can say whatever I want to. Right? You're not watching. You figured this out after the first string, and then you went on, right? Okay. I know. Hey, I know it's getting slow here, but some of you might still be watching because this isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. And I want to make sure I finish the job. There we go. This is just that crazy kind of off-camera stuff. If you're still watching now, I owe you an apology, right? Boom. Good enough. So I got those 3 strung. Let's go ahead and get this 4th one. Can't stop, won't stop. Gonna go fast this time. In there. Ooh, I'm gonna use these scissors to help me get these previous strings up so I can slide the new one under. Stem it up, baby. Here we go. Pull it so I have extra. Even extra. Yeah, why not? I can cut it. I'm going to cut it off anyway. So there we go. Reverse 7. Pull it up tight. Hold it down. String it through. Come on. Maybe I pulled it a little too tight, but there we go. Once you know what it's supposed to look like, you just kind of throw away the instruction book and do what you need to do, right? Isn't that what you do anyway? No one's ever watched a 12-minute video on this subject, I don't think. There we go. It's through. Got them all through there. Now I have a little extra. Here we go. I'm going to cut my extra off right about there. There, done. A little close up. See how each previous string is captured by the next one. It's very secure. Okay, there we go. That's the end of that video. Thanks for watching the first 3 minutes. Appreciate it. Stay tuned for more. Bye.